Welcome to episode 2 of Having a Yarn. I'm Joan.
And I'm Iris. That'll make sense later. Just go with it. It's fine.
So I'm Kacy.
Tiff, obviously.
And this is our crafty podcast where we come together once a month and talk about all of our sewing, our crochet, our knitting, embroidery.
Whatever craft we've decided to add to our
Yes.
menagerie of hobbies in the
Potentially
meantime.
woodwork. I don't know how that's going to work into this and how I'm going to show a table that I'm going to build, but...
And I also have
woodwork.
some... Now I'm feeling self-conscious about how to say it because I said it the other day and my mum was like, what did you say? Now I say macrame.
Oh, I say macrame.
Yeah, so that as well
Yeah.
because the lovely Joan bought me a kit that I haven't done yet, so I need to have a go at that, and I thought I might try that for the next video, but I'm getting ahead of myself.
Cool. So how's your month been?
It feels like 7 years
Mm-hmm.
since we were last here.
Yes.
Corona time is what
Yes.
we're calling
7
it.
years of Corona time.
7 years
It's
of
like
Corona
the
time.
Corona kilos as well. I've got about 4 of those that I need to shift. Eating crumpet toast all the time.
I'm going okay with the Corona kilos.
Okay.
It's just the Corona time that's
Okay.
getting me. I've been very focused on sewing this month. Doing a bit of embroidery and knitting and crocheting, but majority of sewing, which I will elaborate on more.
Obviously, because that's why we're here.
This is why we're here. Shall I just go straight into
I
it?
was just going to tell people about my month, but sure.
Oh, you can, yeah, go.
Oh, well, I was just going to say that I've had a great month because I think I mentioned in the last video that I had started a new, less stressful job, which is amazing. And so what does one do when they suddenly have lots of less stress in their life? They start a master's.
I mean, you know, basically Kacy went, I don't feel stressed enough. How can I change
I
that?
be more stressed now that I am living this very stress-free life? So I've enrolled in a master's, which is very exciting. And that'll take me the next 4 years. But at the end of it, I'll be a science teacher, which is very exciting.
It is very exciting because I think that she will be an excellent role model for young women who are interested in getting into science and non-traditionally women subjects.
Yes, yeah. I think there should be more women in STEM. So
Yes.
hopefully I can inspire women to enter science because I think science is
Amazing.
fucking amazing. So yeah. Anyway, that was kind of the exciting news for my month.
Yeah, I didn't really have any exciting news so it feels like Kacy has had that news for 12 years. So I forgot that it was actually new news.
Oh yeah, because I don't think I mentioned it in the last one because I don't think it actually had happened.
But also Corona years.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
So thank you to everyone who watched the videos.
Yes.
I've had lots of great feedback from friends and stuff, which is really sweet. Most people are just watching like a little bit at the beginning and skipping ahead to the outtakes, which is absolutely fine.
Yes.
Friends and family, I do not mind that.
No. I would just like to point out, though, that in the last video blurb we said, do what you like, we're not your mother. And one of my children pointed out that one of us is, in fact, his mother. So, yeah. But I am your mother, but you're still allowed to skip to the end if you want to.
And I am not your mother. I am nobody's mother. Oh, no. Actually, no, that's fine.
She's not anybody's mother.
No, I was going to say something else, but
she
no,
hasn't
I'm not going
suddenly
to
realised that she is actually a mother.
Wait, that child! No. Sorry, it was something else.
Just to preempt anyone's excitement that Kacy was about to make some sort of announcement about being a mother. She's not.
No, I'm not. Sorry. No. But I was going to say that one of my friends who watched it, he sent me a message and he was like, Tiff's outfit's so cool. And I was like, bitch, what about me? You're my friend. So anyway, your outfit was complimented.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I was like, what about my French chic, like, stripy top? So...
Well, I'm
offensive.
I kind of feel like I've disappointed this month then because I feel I'm not as exciting this month.
You were pretty flamboyant.
I was pretty flamboyant.
Yeah.
But this is one of my favourite colours that I'm wearing.
It's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, and it's now actually winter in Perth. Even though it's not officially winter, it is bloody cold.
Yeah, even as I'm sitting here with no sleeves.
Well, with the heater's on.
The heater's on and I'm wearing socks.
And I have no socks but a jumper. So together we make a warm outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah. which is all that counts really. So yes, it's very cold now, so less flamboyant outfit this month. I apologise to the person who appreciated my outfit last month. Thank you, and I'll try harder.
Feel free to compliment
Yes, feel
me.
free to compliment Kacy's outfit because it's very lovely.
Yeah, I tried very hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so finished objects for the month.
Yes. Shall I go because you have your hands full, or do you want to go?
I no, you start. I don't
Okay.
have that many. I feel like you've got a lot.
Okay, cool. So I got inspired by talking about embroidery last month, and I finished 2 embroideries.
So I really haven't seen any of these as well. So
No, this is. So this is my first one. So this is by the same person who VINGERT, Diana VINGERT, who just goes by VINGERT. That Kacy was going to start. So same pattern designer, I guess, different pattern. It's beautiful and I love it so much. Yes, you want to touch it? There you go.
I do want to touch it and look at it. And no, I won't smell it because apparently last time I smelt everything.
It's true. She does smell everything. So it's beautiful. No, I think it's called Peonies and something.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, there'll be a link obviously down in there.
And this was your first time doing embroidery?
That was my first time doing embroidery.
Good job.
It was really fun. The little like round like rose flowers, I don't know, can't see, these ones were really fun to do because you do like a kind of a star thing and then you just kind of weave in and out and suddenly you have a rose.
Oh,
and
cool,
you're like,
yeah.
That's magical.
I think the one that I'm doing has got like a big one of those.
So this is just kind of like a temporary frame for now because it's just one that I had. Doesn't have any glass in the front because I didn't have any that were like set back from the
but like
glass.
The frame, actually no, you can't see it in the
But
frame.
yes,
one was
IKEA is
me.
where I'm heading to.
That's the one I was talking about.
Yes, because they have some that are like set back so you can have...
Like the 3D kind of box frames.
Yeah. So yeah, that was that one. Love her patterns. Going to do more.
Did you follow the video tutorial on YouTube or did you just wing it? Using her instructions.
Started to watch the video on YouTube, which is very good. And there was a couple of bits where I was like, wait, I'm confused. But then I did wing it a little bit. It's not exactly how the techniques that she used. Well, it was the same technique, but it didn't come out the same. The big red flower is kind of meant to be a bit...
Sorry, I can't. So we have someone who's now, what do we call him?
Director of photography.
Who's set up all the audio and video for us today. And we were going to send him out to a cafe while we film, but it's raining. So he's in my bedroom eating soup and I can just hear. He's put noise cancelling headphones on so he can't hear us talk.
But we can hear
I
the
can
spoon
hear his
clinking.
spoon clinking as he's eating. So if you hear someone in the background or you potentially might see him in the back of frame if he needs to go to the bathroom.
We've told him he's not allowed to. We've told him he has to stay.
Sorry.
We offered him a bottle, but he declined. So anyway, yeah. If you hear anything strange, we have a sort of captive, but we'll let him go eventually.
Yeah.
So yes, this big red flower is meant to have like looser thread, so it's meant to be a bit more 3D and a bit puffier. It's quite tricky to do because you kind of naturally just want to
like pull it tight.
So it's looser than the other ones, but not as loose as it was in her photo, her video. So I'll have to practice that, obviously. And then after I did that one, which I will do more of her patterns because they're amazing, I did this one.
Stop it. I love this one so much.
So beautiful. I love it. I think I'm going to make it probably another 50 times because I love it so much. You can touch it and smell it. There you go.
I'm not going to smell it.
Don't show the back, it's ugly.
That's okay, sorry.
The back of my embroidery looks ugly. So
God, that's so beautiful.
it is.
So
It's
who is
and
it?
it's a free pattern. It is by Jess, and I feel like I'm going to say this wrong, but it's Wawiorka. So it's Wawiorka, and it's actually a free pattern that you can get off the lovecrafts.com website.
Oh, cool. Okay.
She has a couple of other ones on there as well that are also free, but this one is just absolutely gorgeous. I didn't necessarily follow the colours. I mean, it's pretty much just black, but the little flowers have got some colour, and I just used yarn that I already had because I wasn't going to go out and specifically buy yarn just
not
for that
small
tiny
amount.
little bit of colour.
Yeah, nice colours anyway.
Yeah, they're lovely. So I just adore it. I think it's amazing. Yeah, so that's my 2 finished embroideries.
Cool.
Did you want to do one of yours? And
I'll
then
do one
I'll
of
come
mine.
back to mine.
Okay, so I don't really have that much finished objects for the month because I've been mainly knitting, which obviously takes a little bit longer. I haven't started my embroidery, so my embroidery is still basically where it's at. And my novice sweater, which I spoke about last time, which has like 3 inches left of the sleeve, still waiting for the wool, so that's still...
Also, we realised after we finished filming, we were talking about it, and we were talking about doing like the sample swatches and whether you want to keep your sample swatch or pull it back. And Kacy realised that she had kept her sample swatch when she made that jumper, and that if she hadn't, she probably could have finished her jumper by now.
Maybe.
Possibly. When not 100%.
No.
But that made her a little bit mad.
I could still like...
It's true.
But it's actually been washed and blocked and everything, and I'm like...
Yeah. So, yeah.
Anyway. So that's a sore point for me. I've contacted Calico and Ivy, our yarn store, which our local yarn store, which is our favourite place, which you haven't been to yet, but it's
still
your
my favourite place
because of how much I've spoken about it.
Yeah, and I very much appreciate good customer service. So.
Yeah. And they're still trying to source the right dye lot for me. So anyway, but what I do consider a finished object is this hacked Reeta Shirt Dress shirt.
So I feel like I need Kacy to edit the video so that I have like those anime heart eyes.
So it's a little bit hard to show the entire thing.
Maybe I'll do this while you talk about it.
Okay. So the Reeta Shirt Dress is by Named Clothing. I made this actually, so it's a full length kind of maxi dress. And it's got like this wide kind of like quite 70s collar, and it comes with 2 kind of very kind of 70s. What's that? What's it called? Like
More information.
Not khaki. Like safari suit type, like that kind of style. That's how the pockets were. I didn't put the pockets on there. But this was kind of something that I wanted to talk about in that, like, this was originally a maxi dress that I made for a friend's wedding a couple of years ago. I wore it once, never really liked it. I don't think maxi dresses are really my thing.
Me neither. It's because we have short waists and big boobs and long butts and...
Yeah. So I kind of made it, and it was sitting in my closet for a long time.
And it had like a drawstring
waist and everything.
Yeah.
And I wore it a second time, but I just never really felt it. And then I was like, I'm not really one for keeping a lot of stuff in my cupboard. So I was like, look, I'm going to actually just hack this and just like take off the skirt. And already I've worn this like 3 times more than I ever wore it as a dress. So if you've got something, even if you've made it or if you've bought it that you never wear and you think that you can do something about it, then flip and just do it. So all I did was just literally whack off the bottom bit, and you can kind of see the little side vents potentially. Maybe you can try and show the side vents there. That's basically because I had pockets in it. And so the pocket bag was like inside to those.
Yeah, you just removed it.
Yeah, obviously I cut it off, and then rather than sewing them together, I was like, I'll just leave them as these little side vents.
Side vents are cute anyway.
Yeah.
And when you're having a fat day.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty roomy shirt anyway. But.
Yeah, so it's quite oversized, but I like my shirts oversized because I generally wear them tucked into pants because of my my weird waist and stuff. So I never wear shirts out. So when it's a bit bigger and blousier, and you can see now potentially that I've got my shirt tucked into my jeans. Yeah, and it's just like, I love it. I love the sleeve length.
It's such a pretty fabric as well to not make use of it. Like, it would have been a shame to just give it away or donate it or whatever. Yeah.
So this was just a printed rayon from Spotlight from a couple of years ago. So yeah, super happy now just doing that because now I have a shirt that I've worn a few times.
And I think sometimes it's simpler than we think it is to hack
and I literally, like, I got inspired to do it, and rather than like waiting until like the next day, I literally just grabbed a pair of scissors that night and just like started chopping because I was like, you just got to do it while you're inspired.
I did a similar thing with a dress that I got from the secondhand store, but it was actually a handmade dress that someone had donated to like Good Summies or whatever, and it was quite long. It was kind of like mid-calf. which was still nice, but it just wasn't really my style. So the other day I did the same. I just was like, nah, and I just cut it off and re-hemmed it. And now I've worn it and people have been like, oh, that's so cute. And I was like, thanks.
Yeah. So that's even though it was obviously a finished object from a while ago, being a dress.
It's a finished again object.
Again object.
Yeah, which
I've hacked it.
Still counts.
And if you go to my Instagram, which I have Instagram, I do have a private account, but if anyone's on here and really wants to follow me, I generally accept
as long as you're a real person and not a bot.
Yeah, keep it private so that way I know
She doesn't want to know how to make her penis bigger.
No.
She's not interested in watching videos of people doing crazy sex things. So if you're one of those bots, don't request to follow Kacy. But if you're a genuine human being,
then I'll say yes. And I've got a hashtag on there which is like Kacy sews finished projects or something, and then it has all of my sewing projects that I finished, and you can see the dress that I hacked it from.
And we'll put the link for the actual pattern of the Reeta below, and you'll be able to see what the dress looked like originally.
Yeah. But really happy with that.
Yeah, I think it looks super cute. I'm glad you made it into something that you like.
Oh yeah, and I've worn it like I think 3 or 4 times already.
So me again?
Yeah, you again.
Okay, so as I said at the start, I've been kind of on a bit of a sewing kick this month. So my mum my nana my mum's mum was a professional dressmaker, so she did a lot of sewing. She taught my mum to sew, so my mum is quite an advanced sewer. I'm still a novice, but...
no, sewing, I don't think you're a novice.
I'm still a novice. I have this issue where I don't like to say that I'm good at things. She's good at things. So my mum has spent quite a lot of time scouring the internet and finding a bag pattern that she really loved, because she is starting an Etsy store. Once she starts it, I'll share the link with you.
Good tips, Mum.
Yeah, go my mum. So she has kind of looked at 7 trillion bag patterns and then kind of made her own pattern from all the stuff she's looked at.
Yeah, you kind of go find the features that you want to find.
The bits that she wanted and kind of Frankensteined them all together into what she wants. So she taught me her pattern. And so I made myself a project bag.
Which is, can I just say, it's beautiful. I've seen photos of this one. I thought it was the size of like a normal tote bag, which is like, this is kind of like normal tote bag sized. And then this turned up and I was like, holy shit. And do you know when you have that thing in your head and it just like, my brain took like 15 minutes to accept that this was a real thing, because I was like, I'm confused. It is beautiful.
Yeah. So
it's like a canvasy.
It's actually curtain fabric.
Yeah, it's a Jocelyn.
No, it's not a Jocelyn. It's another designer from Spotlight called Kirsten Katz with a Z. Katz. She also has her stuff is very Jocelyn Proust kind of like.
Yeah, because it's like Australiana,
and
floral
all of her
botanical
stuff
is very big at the moment.
Her stuff is all quite botanical as well.
Yeah.
This was actually a remnant, so this is my...
Yeah, I saw that on sale as actual proper fabric, and I was like, that's expensive.
My biggest tip is to always check your remnants bin at Spotlight, but not the one at Cannington, because that's where I go, and if you take them, I will murder you. So go to a different Spotlight. Yeah,
the one at Cannington I've heard is terrible.
It's terrible. There's never anything good in it. Don't go there. So this remnant that did both sides of the bag and the handles and the pocket on the front cost me $2.60.
Stop it. Cannot handle.
I know, it was a bargain. So yeah, it's curtain fabric, like I said, and then the bit on the bottom, the green, because obviously when you put a bag down on the ground, if you're like out and about, it tends to get a bit dirty. So I wanted it to be something really sturdy and a bit darker.
And plus the contrast is nice.
Yeah. That is just a fabric I'd had for ages. It's a drill. And I was originally going to make a skirt out of it, like a sort of a structured skirt, and I decided against it. So I gave it to my mum to make bags, and then I stole it back again.
Excellent. That's what mums are for, giving them stuff, and you're like, Mum, I'm taking
Give me
it back.
back the stuff. And then the inside is calico, which was also a remnant and cost me, I think, $2.80. So with the 2 lots of remnants, the fabric underneath that I already had, and then the only thing that I really had to pay for was the interfacing to make it a bit more structured. I think.
So which bits did you interface?
Everything. Everything's
okay, cool.
interfaced. So yeah, I think it probably cost me less than $20 to make the whole thing.
And like, for anyone who like looks around for like knitting project bags on like Etsy and stuff, they're
so expensive.
And
they're not this big.
No, they would be like a normal kind of tote baggy size, and they'd be like between $80 and $120
probably. Yeah. So because we've been doing lots of research, Mum and I, we obviously measured compared to this bag what the project bags were in comparison of the size, and yeah, this is obviously much bigger. Part of the reason it's much bigger is because, as previously mentioned, I'm very good at starting things and not necessarily finishing them. So you're like, I
need to be able to fit 74 projects in here.
Correct. So that's so carrying on from my sewing, I also have made a bunch of like little drawstring bags that are to keep my little half started.
So this is like your main project bag,
and then they have these little ones inside. And then, where's my other one? There.
This colour's beautiful.
That was a remnant as well. These two were made out of fat quarters that I cut up. Spotlight had like a buy 20 fat quarters for 10 fat quarters for $20, I think it was. So I bought a bunch, and then there's this little kind of like witchy, occulty, like crystal wally one.
Cute.
I made a slightly bigger one.
I'm just going to drape myself with all the project bags here.
That's kind of like
I've got to remember I'm wearing a microphone this time.
Oh yeah, this is a bit more canvasy as well. And then I also made one to keep my embroidery in, which you'll see this bag again in a little while when we talk about works in progress. But I made this one, and then it's got like a little matching tiny one to keep the cotton in.
Stop it.
I got a little bit carried away, basically. So yeah, that's
cute.
That's my thing. Chuck them all in there. Thank you.
Excellent.
Some of those things you will see again later.
Cool.
And then because I think it was
that's the kind of size I was thinking.
I think it was Tuesday night. I was like, I want a new bag. I don't generally carry a handbag as such. I generally tend to carry like a tote bag, either like a Kiki K one or just one of those, like when you go to the shop and they go, would you like a reusable bag for $2? And I go, yes, please.
Some of them are cute, because I'm sorry, this one I got the other day.
That is.
Show that to you.
Super cute.
Super cute. Target.
Why would you not use that as a bag to carry all your things in?
Well, this is actually my new knitting project bag. Perfect. This is my sweater bag now, because I was using just some sort of crappy one. That's gorgeous. It's got love on it, and stop it. I love the navy and the pink.
Anyway. It is very cute. So so that's generally what I use, and I was like, I feel like I need a new bag, so I decided to make one on Tuesday night.
Because all of us, the two of us, definitely at any point in time will have some sort of material that you can make a bag out of.
I've got so much fabric. Because I keep going to the remnants bin at Spotlight. Not
in Cannington, because it's
terrible. Don't go to the Cannington one. Don't take my remnants. This was actually some fabric that was in the discontinued fabric. And I think I got it for like $5 a metre or something. And I specifically bought these two to go together. I just hadn't figured out what I was going to make. Nice. So this was just an adaptation of the project bag pattern.
It's got the same pockets.
It's got a pocket on the front. This one is exactly the right size for my phone because I measured it. And then it has a lot of pockets on the inside, which I don't know if you can see. But there's a lot, and it's just calico on the inside again as well. Okay. So the pockets go all the way around.
Are they? And then they're closed at the bottom.
Then they're closed at the bottom. Yeah.
Cool.
So my straps were slightly too small. I didn't work out my measurements properly for the thickness. They still work, but I would make them a bit thicker next time. And the only other thing is that my pockets are a little bit high up, so when they've got stuff in them, it kind of like collapses onto itself a little bit. Yeah. So I'd probably put the pockets down a bit lower next time. But I'm pretty happy with it. Cute. So yeah, when I make myself a new one, I'll have to find a new home for this one. So I don't know who I could give it to.
I know. Who would like something like that?
So yeah, those. Oh, and then just very quickly, I'll just talk about this as well. Sorry, everyone.
Why are you apologising? Sorry for doing the thing that we came here to do. Sorry for showing you my craft
Sorry for being productive and having so many things to talk about. I wanted something to keep my crochet hooks in. And I'd seen this concept a couple of times with like cutlery and pencils and different stuff.
I've just had like a disaster.
Oh no, she's dropped a stitch.
Fuck. It was a weird stitch. I think I've done something wrong.
This is why you shouldn't knit and podcast at the same time. Just saying.
Oh God. Oh God. Just gonna. Oh God.
I think we might edit this bit out.
Potentially.
What have you done?
I've twisted it, and I think I split the wool last time. I'm just gonna try and fix it by going.
You got it? It looks right.
Yeah, there's something weird. I'm just gonna go a few stitches past and see if it's salvageable.
Looks fine to me.
Yeah, it's okay. Cool. Okay. And we're back.
Crisis averted. So yeah, I'd seen this concept a couple of times with cutlery and pencils, and I thought it would be cute for crochet hooks. So I just Googled and found a pattern, which will be down below. So this
I pretty much had one of those for crayons. Like
yeah.
Year one.
Yeah.
That you like, because I remember when this would have been 1989 potentially, where like part of our book list was like your mums were expected to make things. They were expected to make, do you know those, they were called chair bags?
Oh yeah,
You have those ones where it's like slipped over the back of the
and
chair.
you put your stuff in it.
And you put your stuff in it. They had to make a chair bag, they had to make an apron, and they had to make like a pencil thing. Yeah, they were expected to make them. How crazy is that?
And that's only like not that long ago, 1989.
Yeah, it was like a few years ago. Like, I'm not old.
Realistically, in the scheme of things, it's not that long ago.
Well, considering when I went to high school, so I learnt to sew in high school, which I'm very glad about. I went to an all-girls high school, and we all had to do a semester of sewing and a semester of cooking.
Yeah.
And my brother, who went to a boys' school around the corner, they had to do a semester of woodwork and a semester of metalwork.
I feel like
so the fact that, sorry, this was 1996.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like that's great, but I feel like also the boys should have had to learn to cook and sew, and the girls should have had to have
and
learned.
we suggested that, and we were like, look, we're like buses over there, like we would be bussed over for dancing lessons and stuff. And they said no, but I just thought that was kind of crazy that in 1996, they were still expecting that the girls at the girls' school would learn to cook and sew, and the boys would be doing woodwork and metalwork. Insane. Like 96 is not that long ago.
I mean, I'm glad that they were teaching people to cook and sew, but they should have been teaching the boys as well.
Well, exactly.
But anyway. So yeah, this is my crochet hook rollout thingamabob.
Love it.
This was also made from some fat quarters from some coordinating fabric.
And you obviously, did you make them specifically for these hooks?
So, the pattern suggested that, I think it was 1 inch, was the right size for a crochet hook. It's not. She was very wrong. So
it depends on your hooks,
it's
really.
True,
like...
It does. Although, because I do have the wooden hook, which would probably be a bit thicker. But, you know, obviously when you've got your smaller crochet hooks, they're very small and 1 inch is way too much. So next time I would probably do it like a graduating, like they would start off really small and get slightly bigger as they went along.
Yeah, that makes
so
sense.
What I did was I just made it to her pattern, and then I was like, these are too big, and then so I just sewed them in half, the little sleeves.
Which worked quite well.
It did work quite well. Also, when I was ironing it, when I was finished, ribbon melts.
Oh God.
When you iron it. So just a word of warning.
I've done that a few times, actually with my brand new iron. And the first thing that I ironed, it was had some curtains in my apartment, and they're blockout curtains. So the lining is definitely made of plastic. So I went to iron them, and my brand new iron, just the whole like plate was stuck, and I like freaked out. My mum was here, and she's like, "It's fine, we'll clean it," and she cleaned it up and all that. Thanks, Mum.
Mums are very useful people.
They're the best.
They literally are. Yeah. So yeah, I burnt the ribbon a little bit, but I just kind of sewed it back on itself and covered it up.
Of course you did.
It's totally fine.
Yeah,
don't even know. If I didn't tell you, you wouldn't have known.
No, but it's like whenever like someone says like, "Oh my God, I love your shirt," and you're like, "I made it," and then you're like, "And now here I go to point out every problem in it." But it's like, look, the collar's a bit weird, and this button's a bit funny, and this bit on the sleeve, and people are like, "Shut up, you made your own clothes." And I'm like, yes, but let's point out everything that's bad about it.
So yeah, I'm not the only one who has a problem admitting that I'm good at things.
Well, yeah. I'm mediocre at things.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
I mean, yeah. So yeah, I think I'm done now.
Okay.
I think I'm
my
done.
turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay, cool. So I also did some sewing.
Again, I need the emoji like heart eye, like anime.
So I've got this little bag here. So one of my friends, I have so many friends at the moment with babies.
I think we mentioned in the last podcast 9.
Yeah, there was 9 babies, 8 friends,
8 people,
9
set of
babies,
twins.
one
Yep.
set of twins. Anyway, I'm just obsessed with making things for the twins because they are the best babies in the world. Just putting it out there.
I mean, apart from my nephews.
Um,
Although the twins are girls.
no, boy and a girl.
Oh no, they are boy and girl.
Boy
So
and girl.
they're the best
Like what?
boy and girl set of twins in the world, whereas my nephews are the best set of boy twins in the world.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay, we can go with that. So I did make them some things that I've already given to her. So I do have some photos on my Instagram if you're really interested. But I've got enough things to show you anyway that are cute. So I made these little leggings.
Get the fuck out, Kacy.
Oh my God, can you, I can't even just, oh my God, stop it.
And like, never mind the fact that they're from a pattern by Patterns for Pirates.
Patterns for Pirates.
And they're called, what are they, pegs?
Petite pegs.
Petite pegs. Like, even the name is cute. Like,
stop it.
look at them. They're so cute.
And
these are my favourite ones.
All this material is just like jersey from Spotlight, and half of them are organic, which is really impressive. So this one at the front's definitely organic. I'm pretty sure these ones here were organic as well. So Spotlight is up in their game on just like cute. Like,
can you tell we like Spotlight and spend quite a bit of time there?
Yeah. So these were all like, and really for half a metre, which gave me like the leggings, bows. Please
show the bows and hats.
Hats, and for one of them a shirt as well. I also used the Wee Lap Tee by Petite Pegs. I only made one of those, which I don't have to show you, but the pattern, I found it a little bit like annoying.
This pattern is free, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's free. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll put the link down below.
So I didn't really like the tee as much, so I've just stuck with doing leggings and.
But they have little cuffs on the bottom, so if you wanted to, you could do like contrasting, like you could mix and match.
Oh yeah, which I did on some of the ones on my Instagram.
Yeah.
But also the cuffs are my addition.
Oh, because they had lace, didn't they? Did they have lace?
No, they were just hemmed.
Oh, they were just hemmed. Yeah, the cuffs are super cute.
So basically, I just took 2 inches off the bottom of the pattern. And then just did a cuff that was like as wide as the obviously the waistband, and then just matched it to the thing there. And a trick with I overlocked it all.
It's all beautifully finished.
Trick with it as well is that when you're kind of overlocking something that's quite small like that, don't try and put the top of it through the overlocker, because you're never going to get that around like the plate of where the overlocker is. So you actually start from the bottom and you actually put the bottom part in and you overlock that way as opposed to putting the top.
That's very clever.
So if you ever need to overlock very small things, that's how you do it.
She's so smart.
Yeah.
There's matching bits, look.
Matching little hats. So these are just called the Teeny Beanie. This is again another free pattern from Patterns for Pirates. And it comes in 3 different versions. You've got this one. You've got one that's exactly the same, but it has little ears on there. It's so cute. Which is on my Instagram. I don't have one here.
And she did it in like
little
contrasty little red ears. It's so cute.
And then this one here, which I think is so cute as well, which is the little knot one.
That's the only top knot that anyone should ever have.
Yes, potentially. And then I made some bows. And so this was based on a bow that my friend gave me that she already had, but I made the pattern better, basically.
Because she's very smart.
Because that one I didn't feel like, the one that she had wasn't finished that well. So I kind of rejigged the pattern to make the finish a bit nicer, and to make the bows sit a bit flatter, particularly on the inside of the bow as well. Like I didn't want like a giant knot. So yeah, just matching bows and all of these.
They all match the leggings.
Match the leggings, but also the leggings are like somewhat unisex as well.
We decided that we thought like pretty much all except one, maybe.
All apart from maybe the pink one. Yeah. I think are pretty unisex, but then there's bows for.
Oh, that's the one you use.
No, that's mine.
Oh, that's yours?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the one that's.
Oh, yes, of course.
So I just haven't made leggings out of that one.
They're so cute.
So they're little bows as well. They were super easy to make. So really, for like half a metre of that jersey fabric, you get.
It doesn't fit on my head, but I would look so cute. Wouldn't that look so cute? Like with a.
I made an adult version of this one. So
why is it not on my head?
Me and my friend's twin girl can match.
Oh my god!
Because that's how.
Look how cute I would look. I would look so cute.
I've got more of that fabric.
Kacy's gonna make me one for next month.
I'll make you an adult adjustable one.
So I can wear it next month.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, I've been wearing that so that way me and Tilly can match.
It's very cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she's hardly done anything. Just,
honestly,
12 pairs of leggings and a t-shirt and 7 hats and 6
once
bows.
you start doing like bulk sewing for these, so bulk sewing is so much quicker. When you cut everything out at the same time, then you sew all the inseams, you sew all the crotch seams, you sew all the waistbands, rather than doing them all in one. And literally I sewed, how many pairs are there? 5 pairs of leggings in an hour.
Yeah, and it's the same with the bags as well. If you pre-cut out all the bits, especially the drawstring bags, and then just sew them all at the same time. It's much quicker. Batch sewing, I suppose you'd call it. Yeah.
So for like $10.50 a metre for that organic fabric, and then you can get pretty much a pair of leggings, either a hat or a bow, or like some contrast sections for one of the wee lap tees for like $10.50. It's nuts.
It just sounds like I don't know, wee lap tea. Sounds like you're talking
wee lap tea.
Some sort of tea that I want to drink from.
Lap songs.
Yeah.
That bitter tasting.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
Chinese tea.
Yeah.
So that's it for all of my finished objects.
Yeah, that's it. That's all we got finished.
Oh, that's all of yours as well?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I kind of grouped all mine together. Yeah. We were not productive at all.
No, but I have to say that this podcast is certainly like, I haven't done any sewing in probably a year.
Yeah, same.
And I think I'm probably doing more sewing now because I want to have some finished objects, because obviously knitting takes a lot longer.
I was like freaking out thinking like I hadn't finished anything, because I was literally just thinking about my crocheting and knitting, and I was like, oh my God, I haven't finished anything.
I knew you'd finished
And then I started putting stuff together and I was like, oh, I've actually done heaps of stuff.
Yeah.
Sewing is much quicker than knitting and crocheting. So you've already got your work in progress. Do you want to talk about it?
No, I just talked. You can go.
Okay. Excitingly, this was one of my future projects last month, so I have actually started it.
I think that was the same for me. I think I've got the one that I'm working on was my future.
So I started a novice sweater, which is the one Kacy started and is waiting for the yarn for. So
that's tin can knits?
No, it's petite
knits.
Petite knits. And this is a free pattern.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. That's the free pattern. Flax is a free pattern.
Flax is the free pattern.
Novice is not the free pattern. No, you have to buy this one, which you should, because it's super lovely and easy. Well, I say easy, but I haven't got to the splitting off for the sleeves yet.
That's easy.
Because I'm terrified.
You're holding it inside out, by the way.
I am holding it inside out.
Sorry,
so this is how far I'm up to, essentially. I'm almost finished the yoke and almost to the splitting off for the sleeves.
So it's a top down. You start with the doubled over, so that ends up being actually the collar gets doubled over when you finish it down. You sew it down like that.
So yeah, I mean, really, I could stop now and then just wear a coat over it and be like, look at this jumper I knitted.
Yeah.
And just not show anyone that it doesn't have arms
just
or anything.
Tuck it into it.
Yeah, fake it.
Yeah.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is much slower than sewing, obviously. But I'm excited to.
It's beautiful.
It is. I'm pretty happy. So I started it and restarted
17 times.
Well, 7, I think. I counted in the end. As Kacy also has come to understand on a very spiritual level, you shouldn't knit tricky things while having conversations with people. It's a terrible idea.
Or just if you're feeling a little bit frustrated, pick up a different project.
Yeah, do something else. Cut the bottom off a dress. It'll make you feel better.
Yeah, like go make some soup. Don't be doing a pattern that you're finding frustrating when you're frustrated.
No. So to start with, I didn't have a small enough set of needles, like I always want to call it a string, but it's not a string. Mm-hmm. Cord. Oh, thank you. So professional. It's because I put the jumper on. To do the knitting in the round. So I had to do magic loop. I hate magic loop more than I've ever hated anything in my life. And I just was
we're not prone to exaggeration.
No, not at all. But I also think that's a fairly accurate statement. I feel like I hate it more than I've ever hated anything in my life. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not my jam. I don't love it. Mm-hmm. And I was trying to struggle through it. I didn't have a smaller cable for my interchangeable needles, so I was just trying to make it work. I ended up going to Spotlight and just buying some non-interchangeable, just little cheapy needles, because I was like, this is going to kill me. And I wasn't enjoying it, and I don't want to do a project I'm not enjoying. So I just went and got some little cheapy, non-interchangeables in the right length, and after that, it was much more enjoyable. I still did have to restart it a couple of times, even after I got the smaller needles, just because the knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one, I get a little bit distracted, and then my ribbing ended up a little bit kind of crooked.
Skew-iff.
So I undid it and redid it a couple of times, and then I made it past the ribbing, and then I did.
Thank fuck.
I know, but
you're like, is this 8 centimeters yet? Because I need to move on with my life.
But then I did the increases wrong, and that they looked like holes.
That's right.
So then I had to pull back again, which meant I had to do the entire ribbing again. So I feel like I'm pretty good at ribbing now.
Oh.
And I'm pretty happy with this version now. So I'm as frustrating it was to have to restart the project multiple times.
But now you are like so much more skilled at knitting.
Yes.
That's the thing.
That's
it's
true.
Like that's the only way you learn.
Yes, as I have to constantly remind myself, because I am a bit of a perfectionist and I only want to do things if I feel like I'm good at them. I have to constantly remind myself that if I want to be good at something, I have to be willing to be bad at it.
Yes.
So I was
true.
bad at it, and it
Now you're
paid
good at
off.
it.
So now I wouldn't say I'm good at it, but I'm mediocre at it.
She's good at it.
Apparently I'm also quite fast knitter, according to Kacy, but it doesn't feel very fast.
Yeah.
So yes, that will probably be my work in progress next month, I feel.
Yeah. 'Cause we're talking about knitting adult jumpers here. Let's calm down.
I kind of feel like Kacy.
We have lives.
Kacy got her novice done really quickly, but then I remembered it's because
But also,
she was
I had a week.
sick.
I had a week off work
She was
where
sick
I was
for a
like
week.
lying on my lounge room floor watching Netflix. No, actually, I was watching Gourmet Farmer. Basically, like Gourmet Farmer is it's my dream to basically like move to the country and like start a hobby farm.
Yeah.
And this guy basically does it. Like he's just a food
So she
critic.
did that and knitted her jumper non-stop for a week.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why isn't my jumper done yet?
And you're like, because I have a job.
because I have a life and a job and
and children.
something, pay my bills. I don't know.
Yeah. Whereas all I did was knit for a week.
Yeah. So
And even with those, like my jumpers that I'm about to show as well, you're like, they seem like they go really quick. And it's like, no, literally, Tiff, I didn't leave my bed for like 24 hours. But it's not that quick. It's just I spent a lot of time on them.
as we need to always remember that other people's highlights are all we see, and we don't see the realities. So
That I didn't get out of my dressing gown
Yeah.
for an entire day.
So yeah.
So
Also, this is my favourite drawstring bag that I made because it has a little cactus on it.
So that's
Cacti.
the Heartland.
That is the Heartland.
Yeah,
Yes.
isn't that beautiful?
It's 100% acrylic, and it's called Glacier something. I'm
It's
sure
like a
there's only one
lovely
colour called Glacier something.
teal.
So it is a
Tealy
lovely
colour.
teal, but it's got kind of like almost like an indigo,
Yeah.
like in it as well, which
Yeah.
is quite nice.
Yeah, it's not a flat colour.
So I do, at my job, one of the things I do most days is cover our receptionist while she has her lunch. And I don't generally tend to take a lunch break. So while I sit covering reception, I take my knitting and I do my knitting in between answering the phone.
Nice.
So all the people at work are now invested in my jumper, and they're
Oh my
always
God,
like,
literally everyone, I work at a hospital, and because it's been quite rainy, I've
Yeah.
been going to the staff dining room, and I've literally got people I don't know coming up to me being like, how far are you into the jumper?
yeah.
So people just like, I don't know, whenever you're anywhere, like I'm hoping basically like, this is how I'm going to find my husband.
Yeah.
Because people
Some
want to talk to
cute
you.
doctor is going to see you knitting and be
Yes.
like, I want that cute girl to knit
Yes.
me a jumper.
Yes.
I better ask her on a date.
Yes.
So cute doctors out there,
Don't tell them what hospital I work at.
I'm not going to. But
They come find me.
Message us and we'll set it up.
Because people
yeah.
want to talk to you when you're knitting.
Yeah, because I
'Cause
think
they're like,
not
"Oh."
many people do it anymore. So
Yeah, and particularly because like we're young, like ish. Like
thank you, Kacy. I appreciate that sentiment.
the issue was also for me.
Literally yesterday, I drove to Spotlight first thing before the doors opened so that I could get in and get those remnants before anyone else got them. And I messaged my husband and I was like, there's old ladies waiting, like lining up outside Spotlight.
You're like, what have I become?
Am I an old lady now? And he replied, screams and jumps out the window because he didn't want to answer the question.
Smart move.
Yeah, he's a smart man. He's been married to me for a long time.
Yeah.
And then some like younger people turned up and I was like, there are young people here now, thank God. And he was like, you'll always be young and beautiful to me, baby.
Aww.
And I was like, thank you, I love you.
Vom, I love you.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm an old lady now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen those memes where it's like I finally feel like I'm like growing into my personality? Like aging into my personality?
I mean, I feel like my personality is that of a 4-year-old, so I don't really understand how that works.
Well, I feel like I do suit the name Joan.
Well, yeah.
Joan and Iris, which we'll come to
We
later.
will come to later. What have you got to show us, Joan?
Okay, so this was one of my dream projects from last time, which was my flax sweater from Tin Can Knits. So last time I showed you one that I'd made, the little tiny one for a little baby.
God, my heart.
Which was so cute, and I decided I wanted to make myself a version because the novice sweater is like a round yoke with increases, and this one's got raglan increases, so I just wanted to try something different for myself. So this is the one that I've just been working on right now. So we can see that it's this kind of like olivey,
It's so beautiful.
green, yellowy colour. It's the Quince & Co. Owl, which is more of, it's a worsted weight, but their owl, so lark is what I used for my novice sweater, and that's more of their kind of flat colours, whereas owl are more kind of tweedy colours.
Yeah.
This one's called chamomile, which is, I love, obviously.
Obviously, because tea.
Because tea. And someone described it actually on Instagram, because of course I was looking on Instagram at the different colours trying to decide which one I wanted, and I was wanting to buy it locally as well and support Calico and Ivy. So I basically went to them and was like, what do you have a sweater quantity of? Which colours? Because originally I wanted to do like a tealy kind of one. And they came back and they said, look, we've got enough of this chamomile one. So I was looking at it on Instagram before I went and saw it in person, and someone described it as like a perfect like 70s pea soup green.
It is, but nicer.
But like in a nice way.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit unsure. It was like quite yellow on Instagram.
Yeah. It has very yellow undertones.
Greener in real life, but I feel like it knits up really nice. Like
yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's
gorgeous.
It's really nice. Oh, sorry. I probably just did stuff to the mic. We're wearing microphones this time, so we probably just squished it a little bit. So I have finished the yoke, and I've split for the sleeves last night. So I'm just working on the body now, and then I will.
What is the fiber content of this yarn?
This is
this alpaca?
Half wool, half alpaca. So lark is 100% wool, and this, I don't know if it's 50-50, but it's got some
wool and
alpaca as well.
And she decided to go with the
garter
with
panel.
the garter panel.
Which, if you look closely, there is a fuck up on there, but let's not look
What
too
did we
closely.
just say before about
Yeah, I know.
pointing out all the
So
things?
this was me when I was knitting, playing with babies. And I got distracted and I did the wrong repeat.
So we looked at about 1,200 photos on Instagram of the jumper with and without the garter panel to try to decide.
Yeah.
And I think, you're going to do the longer cuff?
Yeah, so there is one where it's like cropped, because I crop all my jumpers because, like I said, I always tuck my shirts in and wear everything kind of cropped because I wear mostly high-waisted stuff because it just suits my body type more. So it'll be cropped, and then the cuffs will be probably yay long rather than yay long, even though it means I had to do more.
But it'll
ribbing.
be worth it in the end.
It will.
So we decided that the garter with the longer cuff looked really good. We saw a really good photo where someone had done that, and we liked it. And
I did this one with quite a bit of positive ease. So I chose the size large. So this would be like a unisex large, which is more like, because normally I'm like a ladies large anyway, but this is like a unisex large. So, and I have tried it on, and it does seem there is quite a bit of positive ease, maybe kind of 10 centimeters, 15 centimeters worth. Because it said it either looks good with kind of quite a bit of ease or some negative ease, which means it's quite fitted.
Yeah.
And I decided to do, because it's going to be cropped, I want it quite big and boxy, but then really cropped and like big cuffs. I think that looks good when it's a bit oversized, but then you've got it quite tight
at
the wrists and the waist.
And you want to be able to layer in winter anyway, so you need to be able to wear stuff underneath it. So.
Yeah, so I love it, and the colour wasn't what I was originally going to knit.
But it's very lovely.
I love it.
And you can do the tealy colour later.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, yep, your next one.
Okay, so I have never done a jelly roll before, but I've always wanted to do a jelly roll, and like Kacy's blanket is from a jelly roll, and I've always loved it. And I've never done any quilting.
The easiest way to make a quilt.
Yeah, and I thought it was like a good place to start. And Spotlight again, I feel like they should be sponsoring us. Hint, hint.
Please,
Spotlight.
yeah.
Oh
my God, just interrupting about Spotlight. You sent me that. So they have all these sales, and they always have one where if you spend $100, you get $40 off. I've used it 3 times.
Yeah, I tried to use it, but all the stuff I wanted to buy was already on sale, so I couldn't use it because it was already... No, it was like VIP. If it's like a VIP deal, you can't get the $40 off as well as the...
I'm sure I did.
Oh, it didn't work when I did it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sorry. Yeah, that's an aside.
It is such a good deal though.
Yeah.
So if you're not already, sign up to their VIP thingy, because you'll get
Because it's free to sign up, and then you just then scan your card every time.
And there's always, even if there's not like a big thing like that, there's always some sort of VIP saving. So there's like at the moment, I think it's like pretty much 30% off all by the meter fabric.
Yeah. I'd be dumb not to.
So yeah, I bought this.
Ooh, I haven't seen this.
Jelly roll. It's not quite lined up.
Oh, did you do this one
properly? No.
Or
what?
This pattern?
Essentially, yeah. As I didn't.
Or did you use a pattern for it?
No, I didn't.
Or you just made it yourself?
I just made it myself.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. But I just basically copied what Kacy had done with hers, because I knew that that's what Kacy had done. So I essentially sewed all the strips together, then cut them into squares, and then just kind of mix matched the squares.
Sorry, I want to look at it now.
She needs to look and smell. So yeah, it's not all quite perfectly lined up. When I did it, I didn't have like my cutting mat and my rotary cutter, which I have since bought.
Using the rulers.
Yeah,
oh my God, that just like is life changing. I literally cut all of my stuff for like making garments now. Using like the ruler as well.
Yeah. So and the only ruler I had when I did this was like a metal ruler, like a 30cm metal ruler. Right. So it's not perfect, but that's okay, because it still looks good, still turned out okay, and it doesn't matter if it's not lined up perfectly.
No, it just like you square it off at the end anyway.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, Spotlight had 50% off jelly rolls, I'm pretty sure. So I got this one because it's got
and plus, to be honest, like when it comes to jelly rolls, I feel like Spotlights like aren't my favorite.
No,
because they're actually not that accurate in their cut. So like you're already starting at a disadvantage, whereas these one here were the Modavira ones, which are really expensive, but they're also like perfect. And so you can go in there and start sewing 1/4 inch seams, and everything's going to be perfect because their measurements are amazing. I find Spotlight you have to kind of trim them.
Yeah. And I'm not so great at sewing in a straight line. I'm getting better. So yeah, I just need to finish. I need to put a border on it, put the wadding in, and put it back on it, and then it's done. So the front piece is done.
What are you doing for the back?
I was just going to do like a plain, like in a neutral. I've got like a kind of a fawny colour.
Like this?
Which is similar to one of the little cats, but it's probably not quite as pink. But I figured that didn't matter.
Yeah.
Because there's lots of, like the one with the spots has got lots of different kind of like browns in it. So I was going to go with the browns because I just happened to have some of those from the remnants bin. So yeah, that should be finished shortly.
Cute. Who's it for?
It's not for anybody. I just wanted to have a go.
Yeah. Kind of like that quilt there that I've just got sitting there.
Yeah. I just wanted to have a try of the jelly roll, and then if someone likes it, I'll probably give it to them.
Cool.
So yeah, that's that one. Do you have another whip?
I do. So again, making things for the twins because I love them. So I think initially I said that I was going to make more flax jumpers. But then, and I actually even bought wool to make the flax jumpers, and to make it a little bit more exciting, what I was going to do is have them like block colours.
Yeah.
And have like...
I think we had the yarn in the last one. That was the mill end yarn.
I ended up buying different yarn. Because it wasn't quite the right colours.
Okay, good.
So I found other ones that I was going to do block. The amount of times that I bought yarn and then returned it to Spotlight. And then but then I realised by the time I finished, so I've already made one flax, I'm making a flax now. The thought of then making 2 more, because obviously making things for twins, you're going to make 2. I was like, I don't know whether I can stomach 2 more flaxes straight away. And then I just came across Little Golden Nook on... Little Golden Nook?
Yep, that's what it's called.
Little Golden Hook.
No, Nook.
Nook? Okay.
Yep.
Little Golden Nook on Instagram. And she's a crocheter and does crochet patterns. And I was like, I haven't done any crochet in a while.
Yeah.
And I think we mentioned last time, I don't like crochet garments, but it's generally for adults, I think. And it just really depends on the style of them. I think sometimes...
I like the crochet garments where the holes aren't very big.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like crochet garments where it looks like a doily.
No.
Yeah.
No, which is I think what people think of when I think of crochet garments. But I've came across these, the jumpers called the Horizon jumper. I think she's, the jumpers because she's Australian as opposed to sweaters because that's what Americans normally use.
We call them jumpers. I know it's weird, but...
I think she's from the Eastern States somewhere.
Yeah, that just reminded me of that joke. Did you, that one, like when I was a kid, what do you get when you cross a sheep and a kangaroo? A woolly jumper?
Oh yeah, that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
So this is my...
Which wouldn't make sense if you're American. You'd be like, what?
Yeah, like, what? That makes no sense. And I just fell in love with this because of the
so
bobbles
cute.
on it.
Do you want me to hold it?
Yes, please. So I don't know how well that's still attached to that ball there. So yeah, I hadn't done any crochet.
They're like,
can
can you see how much they're actually little, like, they are raised.
So I'm making them at the same time so then I don't have to like redo that section and then remind myself, oh, how do I do this section again? It's easier just to do a chunk and then redo it again on the other one.
Yeah.
So this is just the front panel. And you can see it's got these 4 rows of these like amazing like bobbles, which are just done by doing like I think it's a
knit
5 double crochet together.
Yeah. Sorry, crochet together, not knit together because it's crochet. Yes.
And obviously I did these colour schemes here where you've got the kind of maroony colour, the white, the mustard, the teal, and then this like light bluey grey.
It's amazing.
Which I think is so cute. And there's a picture on her Instagram where there's, I think it's a girl and boy twins. I don't know whether they're twins or whether they're just close in age, who are wearing similar, I kind of wanted to do the colours there, but I did colours that I could find. And
but also these are like our favourite colours pretty much. So
pretty much. And it's made of this one called Shepherd Perendale. It's 100% New Zealand wool. It's quite soft.
It is. For a wool, it's actually softer than I would think it would be.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe New Zealand sheep are softer than Australian sheep.
Maybe. And just the colours are just gorgeous, I just think.
Oh, this one is amazing.
No, because it's actually quite like purpley and stuff
like
in there as
mulberry
well.
or something? What do they call it? Where's the name?
Like you can see all of them are a little bit, like even the blue one, it's got kind of grey and blue in it.
Doesn't actually have a name of the colour, it just has a number. So this is 7022, which
7003.
I would call mulberry probably.
Yeah, it's like mustard, like a grey, blue.
Like a slate, I suppose. A teal, and then like a mulberry,
and then
it's
just
gorgeous.
a white. And I did the same kind of colour schemes on both for the stripes. Only because I didn't want to have to, because you only have to have 9 meters of these for the bobble stripes, and so I didn't want to have to buy all these extra colours. So I used the same colours basically.
Yeah, it's a very cute jumper.
And yeah, so it's basically just made of half double crochets, the bobble layers, and then
some ribbing on the bottom, which is
ribbing
a bit
on
tricky.
the bottom, ribbing at the neckline, and then there'll be sleeves and blah blah blah. They're my whips. So and her smallest size is a size 2. Which is...
I think it goes up to a 10, doesn't it? And then there's an
yeah,
adult
and
version
it's for,
as well.
Like a size 2 is for 2-year-olds, and the twins that I'm making it for, they're only 6 months old, so it's probably going to be for them next winter, because they'll be 18 months old next winter.
Yeah.
But also that Perendale wool, it's made for, the pattern's made for a worsted weight, which is 10-ish ply.
Yeah.
That Perendale wool is a DK, so it's an 8 ply. So it's a little bit smaller, and I have used 0.5 millimeter hook size smaller as well. It's supposed to be on a 5.5 millimeter.
So it'll be like a size 1.75 or something.
Yeah, which is kind of perfect for them anyway.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool.
More whips.
So, coming back to the bag that I said we would come back to.
Yes.
Because I love the naked girl with her boobies and the flowers so much, I should just mention I was also doing this at reception one day. I was having a break from knitting and I was doing my embroidery.
Just checking how long we've been talking for. We've been talking for an hour. So just putting that out there.
And a couple of people were like, oh, what are you working on? And I was like, oh, this. And they looked at it and then I was like, it's a self-portrait as like a piss take. And they were like, really? And I was like, yes, because my hair is that long. So they believed me, dickheads. So yes, I wanted to, I had this idea. I'm not sure how it's going to work out yet, but I'm redoing it on black fabric. You probably can't see it very well because I haven't got much done yet. So I'm doing it on black fabric with, obviously instead of black stitches, I'm doing this kind of like skin coloured stitch for the skin. And then I'm going to do the shirt and the undies in this kind of like, probably like a mulberry-ish colour as well. And then the flowers will be green for the stems and then some pink for the flowers.
Cute.
So yeah, I'm interested to see how it turns out.
Yeah.
This fabric is probably not quite thick enough for what you would normally do embroidery on, but it was all I had and I wanted to give it a try. And I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, so I didn't want to buy something new yet. So yeah, I don't know if you can see. That's probably...
See if that works.
I just started it yesterday, so I haven't got very far yet. But yeah, I'm curious to see how it turns out.
Awesome.
Because it's such a good pattern. So
cool.
Yeah, that's my, I mean, I've got 20,000 other things as well, but we won't talk about those.
And then, is that done?
Yes.
And then my last whip is still this Deer and Doe Mellilot? Or Mellilo? I don't know. Melliot. I don't know. Anyway, it's further on than it was last time, so let's just celebrate that. It's actually fully together.
Oh my God, I love this fabric so much.
Sleeves now. So for those of you who have done this shirt, you'll know that it has like quite a dropped sleeve, which you can see kind of generally ends there.
Yeah, it's down here.
And then what you're supposed to do then for the short sleeve version is you just add a cuff directly to like the dropped sleeve, which is what I've done before. And if you want a long sleeve, then you add the sleeve on and then you do the proper long sleeve cuff. But what I've done is I added the long sleeves on and then decided where I wanted it to end and then cut them off and added the cuff, because the shorter sleeve version, it just actually clashed with my tattoo, to be honest. It's a very busy print. And then I've got a half sleeve, half done on my left arm. And it just didn't look good as the super short sleeve because you've got this busy pattern and then like a busy arm already. And I was like, eh. And then generally when I'm at work, I wear things that don't cover them completely. I don't have to cover them completely. But I wear things that are slightly longer that cover most of my tattoo, just to remain somewhat professional still.
Not that you're not professional if you have tattoos, just saying.
No. But still just in a professional environment, like I don't wear sleeveless stuff at work. And I wanted to be able to wear this at work basically. So I did the slightly longer sleeve and so it kind of ends like probably about where this one ends.
Like a half sleeve kind of?
Yeah, it ends around the elbow.
Yeah.
So all I have to do on this is the collar and the buttons and I'm done.
It's just such gorgeous fabric. I love rifle paper coat.
Yeah. So... And it's obviously a really good quality rayon as well. And because I find, to be honest, I love Spotlight's rayons because they come in good patterns and stuff, but the quality is pretty crap, to be honest. Because I made a few from it, and like even that Reeta Shirt Dress that I've hacked, I only wore it twice as a dress, and there was already bits where the fabric had worn through.
Oh, that's no good.
No. I was a bit drunk though at the wedding, so who knows?
Who knows what she did in her dress?
What I did in the dress.
Okay.
That's it for my whips.
Dreams / future project. Oh, well, this is...
I've just got one.
Oh, yeah, I'll save that. So I've got 2.
Yeah.
So one of
obviously
them...
we've generally always got 7,000.
So many.
But we'll pick and choose.
Yeah. So I have a secret project currently happening that I can't mention in the video.
Secret from who?
From the person who it's for, who watches the video, so I can't.
Oh right, here I was thinking it was for me.
Not for Kacy. If it was for Kacy, I just wouldn't say anything.
Which means there still could be something.
There still could be. So the project is using sheepies yarn. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's not
like the sheepjees.
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 And I got some extra in the tealy
Wait,
colours.
so is this the secret project? Sorry.
No, so I got this sheepjees yarn for the secret project.
Okay.
And then I loved it so much that I got some extra for myself because this yarn is amazing.
Okay, I need
to touch it. It's anti-pilling acrylic, and it's so soft.
Oh, holy moly.
It's probably like a 10 ply.
No, I reckon it's more than that. No, this would be...
You reckon it's a 12?
Yeah, yeah.
What does it say?
It's got Aaron on there.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
No way.
Anyway,
I don't agree.
when I ordered the yarn for the extra yarn for myself,
Feels like a 14 ply to me.
there was some like patterns for $1 that you could buy that are like sheep cheese patterns, and one of them. So I bought one, and it's called the Memory Throw by Narissa. I can't say her surname.
We'll link it down below.
Yeah, it's a cute little book. It's essentially like an advertising for one of their yarns, but I don't care because it's really cute. So it's called the Memory Throw. It's basically like this rainbow kind of.
It's beautiful.
Granny squares.
Plus, then you get to buy all of their fun colours.
Correct. And I think in the description it says it uses like all but one of the shades.
Yeah, okay, I need to make this.
Yeah.
Basically, because I looked at their yarns and I was just like, ugh, I hate it when they have yarns with just all colours that I love in just shades that I like. Yeah. It's just annoying because now I'm like, well, I want to make something with all of them, and now you can.
So it's this gorgeous like granny squares, and then all stitched together with like this beautiful cream, and it's just to me it's very kind of like modern old fashioned, if that makes sense.
And it's like, sometimes I find like things that are multicolored rainbow are not really my jam because the rainbow's too rainbow.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas this is like subdued rainbow. Like.
So that's actually using the stone washed and river washed yarn, which is not this one.
That's more just a straight colour.
This is Chunky Monkey.
Okay.
But I kind of feel like I want to make it out of Chunky Monkey because I just love this yarn so much, and
this
it's
probably
so
is the same. It's just more tweedy.
Yeah, yeah. So I would. That's my dream project because the yarn is obviously quite expensive.
Yeah, it's cotton.
Yeah.
Plus, just stop.
I know it's so pretty.
I can't even handle it.
Pretty. So yeah, that's
awesome. That's exciting.
It is exciting. It's so pretty. So yes.
Cool.
So.
Okay, so I only have one and I have nothing to show apart from maybe, do you have a phone that you can look stuff up because mine's recording audio right now? I will insert a photo maybe between our faces of the...
or just over my head's fine.
So I have decided, I think last time I spoke about doing the Sunday sweater.
Yes.
By Petite Knits.
Yes.
Because I really wanted to use that Wool Folk far yarn because it's just ridiculously soft and like I just really wanted to use it, and that was in the kind of teal colour.
Yeah.
So that I would still like to do at some point, but I've just been like overtaken by so I just want to learn something new, like doing like I've done a raglan sleeve now, like I've made a jumper. Like to me that was like way outside of my wheelhouse, and the fact that I even made jumpers to me is like crazy.
Amazing.
Like I didn't knit before this year pretty much.
She's amazing.
Hush. So I want to try colour work.
Ooh.
So I want to do the throw over sweater by Andrea Mowry, and I want to do it in the colorway that she has done hers in because it's amazing. So like I said, I'll try and put a picture up here if I can. She's done the base in like a navy, and then it's got like a color work, a circular color work yoke.
It is gorgeous.
And have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I really love about the yoke as well, the 3 colours that she's chosen, they're like those yarns which graduate into different colours.
Oh, yeah.
So the whole yoke section just looks like it's all these different colours mixed together, but it's actually just 3 different kind of yarns.
That's amazing.
And so it just looks so beautiful. It's kind of, again, it's a cropped jumper anyway, with just this beautiful kind of yoke. She originally did the, I think it was called the throw something else.
Yeah.
But it was a cardigan version, and I didn't really want to do a cardigan. I don't really want to, I don't wear cardigans often I wear plain cardigans.
I mean, I wear a cardigan, so feel free to make one for me. Just saying.
Or you can make one yourself.
Oh, she's so
And yeah, so she recently brought out the throw over pullover, I think, or the throw over sweater, whatever. And I want to use the exact same wool as her, but it's quite hard to source because they don't have to source it from the US. So I'm thinking
and we like to support local.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about just going to Calico and Ivy and seeing what they've got in it's a worsted weight sweater in navy for the base, and then see if they've got any, because the ones for the yoke, you'd want some hand-dyed yarn, so see what they've got for hand-dyed, because you only need like one skein of each colour, so you can probably go a bit more expensive for that. So I'm thinking maybe the lark, using the Quince & Co lark for the base, or the Brooklyn tweed shelter, I think is the worsted weight one, as my base, and then see what they've got for hand-dyed yarns and get that for the yoke and try colour work, because I have no idea how to do it, but
you didn't know how to make a jumper before.
Yeah, look,
so
I've got a jumper.
Now you do.
So yeah,
the internet is amazing for learning new things.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be able to do any of the stuff I do without YouTube.
I feel like the internet is now the grandmothers of old. Our grandmothers used to teach us things, and sadly, lots of us originally weren't interested in learning until it was too late, and we didn't have grandmas to teach us. So now the internet is our grandma.
And also, I feel like both my grandmothers taught me how to knit at some point, but it was also they would cast on for you or teach you how to cast on, and then you'd know how to knit, but then also then you would go home and then you would drop a stitch and be like, well, now what?
This is too hard.
This is too hard. Or then you'd try and cast off and couldn't remember how to cast off. Whereas now, literally, if I drop a stitch, I'm like, what do I do? And I go to the internet and it'll tell me how to do it, rather than having to like go back to your grandmother. And
yeah, it's like the grandmother that's always there.
Yeah, on tap
grandma.
On tap grandma.
Yeah.
And that's my only dream project really at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm trying to not like, because there's been a few times where I buy all this yarn and then return it all because I get re-inspired by things. So I'm trying to buy it when I'm ready to start a project.
Which is not the methodology that I use at all.
You're like, buy all the things.
Buy all the things, figure it out later.
Start all the things.
Figure it out later.
Finish some.
Yeah. I mean, finish some is
great.
Good. So, yeah. So, yes, did you want to talk about your
have you got any?
butter?
My butter?
Your butter?
So my stash enhancement for the month is, attached to things. It's just this Lion Brand Feels Like Butter.
It's not butter, it's butter.
That was annoying. It's just like the colour is ridiculous.
You'll be surprised to know that I also own some of this Feels Like Butter and Teal.
Yeah, like I was originally going to buy it, and there was only 2 of these in the store, because the other colours I don't.
For something, you were going to buy it for something, but it wasn't
for
enough.
the flax, but there wasn't enough.
Yeah. And then because there was only 2, I was worried that they were going to like discontinue it. It was so beautiful. I was like, give them to me, I will buy them.
And then you bought them, and then I went to another spotlight on another day and bought some as well.
Yeah, none of the other colours are nice.
No, there's that other one that's kind of this lighter blue, which is okay.
It's more of like it's like a sky blue. Yes, it doesn't have any oomph to it.
No. So, I don't know. I want to make some sort of baby thing out of this.
It feels amazing. It is like so lovely.
Yeah. And I have actually seen someone make an adult flax out of this.
I think it would be a nice flax.
Yeah. I actually don't know how it knits up. I haven't seen a...
No, neither have I.
But it'll be
I guess because I've already got like a teal novice happening, I don't really want to make another teal jumper. So mine will have to be something else. I don't know what yet.
This will be for a baby.
Yeah. But it does feel amazing. If you're in a spotlight and you see it, make sure you touch it.
Yeah. And yeah, normally I don't make things from acrylic, but it's just too good not to. And that's my only stash enhancement really, because I've tried to keep things under rain.
So I have a couple of things. First of all, I'm going to talk about these. So one of my mum's friends was, I don't know if she's like having like I suppose it'd be like
show me, Iris.
An autumn clean. Yes, Joan, I will show you. So these, she found some embroidery stuff, and she knows that I'm doing crafting. So she has gifted them to me. And amongst the stuff that she had were these 2 books that are from, I have no idea when, a very long time ago. It doesn't say.
The price is like...
Yeah, the price is 1/6, whatever that means.
Is it like a...
Pence?
Some sort... Oh, did I just shift the camera? I think I did with my foot.
I don't know. It's fine.
It's fine? Okay.
So yeah, there's these super old books.
It's still in focus.
And then inside it's got like the name of the person who owned it, because obviously that's what you always did in the old days. And we didn't know who the letters, who it was. So she asked her friend, my mum asked her friend, and it's my mum's friend who's in her late 60s or early 70s. It's her dad's mum's. These were her dad's mum's books. And that one that that Joan's got, is by Iris Hills and Joan Wayman. And like, who else would write a book about
Iris and Joan
other than Iris and Joan? So yeah, when I saw it, I messaged Kacy instantly and was like, we're changing our names to Iris and Joan.
And then I was like, well, which one am I? And you're like, obviously Joan.
Yep, you're obviously Joan.
And I agreed entirely, but I'm like, I'm not sure what that says about me. You're like, you're Joan. And I'm like, I know.
So yeah, we're now Iris and Joan.
Yes.
Because those are.
I feel like Joan is the more sensible one, and Iris is definitely the.
Iris is a bit more irresponsible and flitty for sure.
Yeah.
Joan is the one who's like, Iris, you need to think about what you're doing, and Iris is like, whatever, Joan.
Yeah. Such a square.
So yeah, they're basically books about how to do like simple embroidery stitches.
Cute.
Which I think is super cute. And it's got like napkin rings and needle books, whatever those are.
Oh, I love. Sorry, I just got to put down these things.
It's got super cute
needle books. I've seen a few people make them actually. It's to keep all your needles in.
Yeah, but it's round. I don't understand. Look, it's like this round thing. I don't understand.
Yeah, I've seen other ones that I've seen. Maybe I'm not gonna. Helen from Helen's Closet. Have I seen her make one? And it's literally like this little booklet of fabric.
Oh, and it's got little needles.
But they embroider it, and like you put your needles in it.
So this one's got chevron and Romanian stitches.
It's cute.
Blanket and buttonhole stitches.
I mean, hand sewing is like not my thing.
Couching. I don't really understand what that means.
Like I tried to do some hand sewing the other day, and I was like, nope. Suck.
Needle weaving.
Yeah, obviously.
So yeah, it's super cute. These like super old-fashioned stitches and stuff. But like they're quite like my aesthetic, really. I'm not too sure about the snail. It's probably not quite my jam. But like I love them. They're amazing. So I will probably use them to do some stuff.
Well done, Iris.
So thanks, Joan. So I've added those to my stash. I did mention earlier about my wooden crochet hook. So these are also Luca, the same as my knitting needles that I had last month. I really like them because they're beautiful to look at, but they've got like quite a pointy like end on them. So like to push them through things, and the hook is quite grabby. I don't know if that's the technical term.
Yeah,
but that's what we're going with.
A good grabby hook.
I enjoy a good grab.
Speaking of hooks, like
this is an 8mm. There was lots of the sizes I wanted were out of stock, so I just grabbed the ones that they had. But Kacy has just informed me that there is a shop here in Perth in Kalamunda.
Yes.
That stocks them. So I'm probably going to head there and shop local because we like to support local. What's it called again?
The Knit Pearl Boutique in Kalamunda.
There you go. Knit Pearl
Boutique. I haven't actually. I've been there a couple of times, but they've been closed because I've gone on like a Sunday. I think they actually might be closed at the moment and just doing online orders because of COVID.
But we'll put the link.
Yeah,
and you can check them out.
We will probably at some point as well maybe do a couple of videos of visiting Calico and Ivy and Knit Pearl and maybe Crossways.
We won't take you to Spotlight.
No.
Maybe. Yeah, so they're the laminated wood. It's the driftwood, the same as the needles.
Nice.
It's got the little, like, on the bottom it tells you it's an L11 8mm. And I just love them so much. So yeah, I will eventually migrate across so that all of my crochet hooks are timber because I really like them.
And I will always use the Clover Soft Touch. My favourite.
I can't use hooks that have this body. I don't know if it's just become a habit, whether it's, I don't know why I do it, but I tend to push my yarn along my crochet hook quite a lot when I am crocheting. I don't know if it's because I'm trying to make sure that my stitches aren't too tight. I think it's like it's just a weird way that you like tension. It's just a thing that I do. So with those ones, like what Kacy uses, you can't push as much, and I find it quite like almost claustrophobic.
Yeah, okay.
Because I had some and I didn't like them, and so I gave them to my 13-year-old. So yeah, that's what I will be migrating across to.
Whereas, yeah, I love these. I swapped over to these from like another brand of ergonomic hooks because these are so light. Like, they're really, really light, and I find that I don't get a sore hand from them.
Yeah, probably even slightly lighter than the driftwood.
Like, they're crazy light.
Yeah, they are.
In comparison to like those full steel ones.
Yeah,
so
this one's still not heavy, but that's even lighter. Yeah, and then just quickly to finish off, just to reiterate my advice about looking in the remnant bin, but not the one at Cannington. The other week when I was at Spotlight, they had this like display set up of all these beautiful linens, and they had this one that I loved, and I was like, oh, I want to make a top out of it. And then they had the voucher, the spend $100, get 40 off, and so I was going to go buy it, and someone had bought it all that morning and there was none left. So then when I was at Spotlight during the week, there was a remnant of it in the remnants bin.
it's beautiful stuff.
So it's not enough to make a top, which is what I was originally going to do.
You could make a willow tank.
I could make
by
a willow
grain
tank.
line and just don't use it for bias binding.
Or I could just make a bag.
No, make a top.
So anyway, it's
You've
linen.
got so many bags.
It's true, I do have so many bags.
Can you imagine getting to wear this?
It's, yeah,
It's
linen,
the only thing that
beautiful.
makes the grain line tank, needing the willow tank from grain line, that you need lots of fabric for is because you do bias binding from it. But if you just get normal bias binding or make bias binding from a plain linen, it sits on the inside anyway.
So I
stop it.
have been talking about attempting to do a capsule wardrobe, and this fabric is essentially all of the colours that I would have in my capsule wardrobe. Apparently that's Kacy's now.
God, I love it.
And it cost me $5.
Stop it.
Normally $30 a metre, I'm pretty sure.
Do you mind if I go buy some of this?
No, do it. Go. And then I also got from the remnants bin this gorgeous foxy flannelette. And I think it was about $6, and it's maybe even $5, and it's like
Cute.
quite a lot. I suppose it's kind of a dream project / stash enhancement / whatever, because I'm hoping to maybe make some pajama pants for my twin nephews out of it.
Cute.
And I was just looking at patterns this morning, and I haven't decided on one yet, but yeah, that was my plan.
Cute.
So yeah, that's me done.
That's me done too. I think my only updates. No, I already spoke about my little updates, which was I haven't started my embroidery, and I'm still waiting on the wool for my novice.
Hopefully it arrives
And yes,
soon.
I'm pretty sure I definitely kicked the camera at some point. So
sorry about that.
Sorry about that. But yeah, we're still learning.
We are.
So thanks for sitting with us for the past hour and a half, something like that. We can let our captive out of the room soon.
Do we have to?
He's probably eaten his soup, so
He probably has.
can come out and edit this for us. Thanks.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching. Click the like, click the subscribe if you want to know when we're doing this again.
Yeah, once a month, first weekend of every month.
Yes.
They'll go up, so
Yeah. Stay safe, stay warm, stay dry. See you later.
bye.
Bye, Joan.
Bye, Iris.
Okay.